So here is the introduction to a new vlogging series. I am recording it for a time lapse as well. There will be a time lapse video at the end, but yeah. Anyway, so recently I was working on the Bugatti project, my own personal Bugatti project, but the reason I decided to jump onto this one is because it's a commission, and so I thought, money comes first. So I am passionate about what I do, though. I do love what I do. But yeah, anyway. So, but what's most interesting about this commission is that this commission is not just from any random person. This commission is from a friend that I've been talking to for quite some time now. I think we've known each other. We've known each other on Facebook for about 3 years now, and he was always someone that I looked up to. Let me just bring up his work. His name is Jerry Perkins, and on YouTube he's known as Master Xeon. He's pretty much a I think he's one of the blender guy. I'm not sure what kind of blender guy he is, but he's a very talented blender user. I'll just say that. But Jerry Perkins and I have been talking to each other for quite some time, and I don't know. It just surprises me that he's been following me for as well, because I've been following him for a long time, and I've looked up to him for a really long time. But this is Jerry, and he's essentially my client, and he says to me he's been following me for a while, and he's been wanting to do a collab with me for quite some time. So Jerry, I just gotta say thanks for this opportunity. I mean, I look at what you do, and I think it'd be really cool, and to see what we come up with. So for the sake of a collab, he's decided that he wants me to do a one of the old racing vehicles, a Porsche 917, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like. It's a very organic shaped vehicle. It's not a very hard surface shaped vehicle, so I don't know how Jerry is going to tackle it. If anything, I think that the Lamborghini Veneno would be something that would be more suited to his style. But essentially, he might use one of his kit bash and just bash up some concepts with it. A car is easy to animate, though. I don't know why I said that, but anyway. So yeah, this is the vehicle. But overall, I have to say, I mean, to me, it does look very simple, but every time I've modeled a car, it's always had its own challenge. Like, every time I model a car, and I think it's easy, I seem to have this problem of underestimating how difficult the vehicle is. So I think the hard parts will be parts where I get to probably the door, probably some areas in the light, but I do know that the hoodie will be an interesting challenge. And probably where it concaves on the side of the window. So like around there, on the side. I imagine that to be a challenge. But other than that, to me, I mean, it really does look like a very simple mesh. I mean, if you want, I could also do a commission for the Veneno as well, and just do that, but yeah. Also, in regards to my workflow, I'm actually taking a new approach to car modeling now, where I simply set up the curves prior to modeling it. And this technique was inspired by a friend of mine who did a very amazing project last year. Now this friend of mine, his name is Andre. And last year he modeled a car, the Mustang, Ford Mustang, and this is what he came up with. His name is Andre. He's from Sweden, and this is pretty much a lot of the work he did, and like his end result was astounding. Like, I was blown away by what it was. But if you want, you can search up his name, Andrea Fougner Zelius. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. I really am, but yeah. And yeah, he just blew me away. Like the texture work, attention to detail, everything is just amazing. But I mean, that's the rendering stage. But what I find more fascinating is the modeling stage. What I found more fascinating, because when I model a car, I would just model it. I would just do traditional standard modeling, set up the blueprints, model it straight out. But what he did was a process that I'm actually trying to copy myself right now. And he's pretty nice to talk to, and he doesn't mind me trying to copy his process, if anything. But this is pretty much his first screenshot of the project. He set up the curves. Actually, his first screenshot was the blueprints. But yeah, this is his second screenshot, which is the first pass detailing of setting up the curves. Then he goes into the second pass detailing of setting up the curves. Now, I'm not sure how he places the curves. Maybe he spots where the contours are. He spots where the concaves and the convexes are for placing these curves as well. And in my one, I'm kind of doing the same, but I'm following the line work. A lot of the line work I'm following. And I think I should consider how I'm going to actually tackle the convexes and the concaves. So once he finished placing the lines, straight away he just goes straight into modeling, and already like that hood like looks very, very clean. The surfaces, like he has the right material to use while modeling, and for me this is astounding, because when I try and get clean surfaces, all I can do is retopologize. That's all I can do. And so Jerry, if you're listening to this, I gotta say, don't expect much at the start. Please don't expect much at the start, because if anything, I do want to I do want to give you something that is worth your money and time. And so, I mean, all I have to say, if for anyone watching this, please don't be as impressed of how this is going to start out. I mean, the best I can do is good topology, and that's just about it. Anyway, so Andre just goes on about his way, just modeling away at it, just modeling away. I'm not sure how he does it. I mean, when I was following him during because I was following him, I started following him halfway during his project, and he told me he was doing this part-time. Then it was pretty much his free time project, this Mustang, and it really is amazing to me. Why? Because I mean, the topology is something I can mimic. That's fine. But what I find most amazing is vertex placement. Now, for people who know car modeling and know Class A surfacing and all that stuff about clean surfaces with cars, you would know that the hardest thing to do for car modeling is vertex placement. And this is where I give my hats off to Andre in terms of how he tackled vertex placement for this. Because his vertex placement allowed him to have all these really clean reflections, and how he did that is something I would truly like to know. And he did tell me he was going to do a tutorial about it, but I'm not sure about his passion towards it, because he did spend a lot of time on this project. And but yeah, as I go about vlogging my progress, I may have some. I'll definitely have a lot of questions to ask him while I go throughout modeling this vehicle. But Andre, if you're listening to this as well, I'm very interested in how you did this, especially the headlight area. Just being able to place vertices appropriately for that, and cleanly for that. I really admire all the vertex placement around this headlight area. I really do, if anything. And the doors. Now there was a part where it was at the doors, like the rear fender as well, and the doors. Like, I really admire that a lot. And if anything, like, this workflow is something I also want to implement into my my commission. And I don't think I even placed the curves that great, to be honest. I mean, I know I'm laughing, but I do take this seriously. I am taking this seriously. I really wanna get clean clean surfaces, just clean surfaces, not Class A surfacing, but just clean surfaces overall. So I hope to be able to achieve that with this kind of workflow. I really don't know how the end result is going to turn out. I know I'll at least have a 50 to 60% accuracy, but ideally I want to aim for at least 80% accuracy on this. And then send it off to Jerry and let him have fun with doing the hard surface hard ups with it or whatever. Anyway, so where I'm at right now is I've done the basic sketch, line sketch, and tomorrow, well, it's tomorrow now. It's 3:30 a.m. and what am I saying? Anyway, tomorrow I'll do the second pass detailing for the curve placement, and I'll just leave it there. Anyway, it's getting to 3:30 a.m. and I really need to go to sleep. So good night, everyone, and hope you all do well. And I'm looking forward to the end results of this project. I know it's going to turn out good. It's what my gut tells me. All right, love you all. Bye.